Now with one of the biggest debates this campaign season. No, it's not about policy. It's over the candidate selections for their playlists while on the campaign trail.
There's been a wave of artists and their estates that have asked the Trump campaign to not use their music during rallies. Some of those artists include icons like Celine Dion, Rihanna, and Adele. Well, now former President Trump's campaign is pushing back against a claim from the Foo Fighters, which said the use of its iconic song, My Hero, was unauthorized.
To see where the law stands on all this, let's bring in NBC News legal analyst Danny Cevallos, who joins us on set. Danny, hello. Okay, so this gets confusing, I think, because you hear about artists, you hear about labels, you hear about estates. Who actually can say, yes, you can use it, or no, you cannot?
George Washington's campaign actually used an altered version of the English song "God Save the Queen." They swapped out, or King rather, right? No, swapped out King for Washington.
Whether this is a joke or not.
No, so political campaigns have used music since the beginning of our political campaigns, and for the 200 years that have come since, sometimes artists have objected to campaigners or presidential candidates using their songs. However, it really escalated, really accelerated during, no surprise, the Trump era. And now musicians are bringing legal action. And the way it works is actually more complicated than you might think. For the most part, venues, like places where you have these rallies, enter into licensing agreements with these companies with names like BMI or ASCAP. It's the same reason that if you own a restaurant, you can't just play whatever music you like there. You have to buy it. Essentially, you have to buy a license to be able to play music at a venue. So these venues, if they have these ASCAP or BMI licenses, they can usually have access to millions, literally millions of songs. But now, those companies are allowing an out. If you're an artist and you say, hey, I know I've given my music over to this license, but if it's a campaign, if it's political, I want it out. And the companies are allowing that. Trump's team is saying, hey, we bought the license. We have the license. There is a license at the venue. We're going to use it anyway. That's where the conflict starts.
Yeah, so, I mean, I guess you laid it out there. Do the Foo Fighters have a stand here? Can they say, no, you can't play our song? Or can they tell the publishing company, hey, you have to get our permission first? Like, do they have an argument?
Yeah, the first step is to let BMI or ASCAP know, hey, you cannot use our song. And then it really becomes all contractual. The inquiry is, hey, are the Foo Fighters part of this licensing agreement? Nowadays, there's an extra license you have to buy, probably to the company's benefit, a political license. So if I'm a campaigner, now I've got to buy an additional license and I may or may not have access. But it seems strange that if you bought into this license and then later an artist says, hey, I want my music out. Well, what if you really wanted that music? The bottom line is, what does the contract say? Did the Foo Fighters validly retract their right to use this music, or was it never as part of the license to begin with? Then they have a leg to stand on, and they can sue, and they can get a cease and desist.
If you take out the contractual can you play it, can you not argument, and just look at why an artist would want this, I think it kind of has to do with their brand and it being associated with a political party maybe that they don't want to be associated with necessarily. Is there an argument there from a legal standpoint that this is brand reputational harm?
Yeah, Savannah, as always, you see the legal issues. That's another separate issue that hasn't really been fleshed out. It's not only a brand, but do you as an artist have a First Amendment right to not have your music associated with a political campaign that you don't agree with? In essence, are you being forced to speak for somebody that you don't agree with? Is it compelled speech? This has not been litigated, but it certainly is a valid concern, and it's something that artists may raise. But for most of American history, it's gone like this. The artist has sent a cease and desist, and the campaign stops using it. That's been the way of the world up until now. Trump has totally changed that. People are filing suit now, and it's getting litigated. Most recently, I mean, there have been already involvements with Rolling Stones, other artists who have actually sued. So we're going to get some case law developing in this area. But it's going to be both contractual, and it's going to have to do with the First Amendment.
So if the Foo Fighters can't stop this and the Trump campaign continues to use this music during its rallies, the Foo Fighters say they're going to take that money, they're going to donate it to Kamala Harris's campaign. Something obviously that they can do. This could be a decent amount of money we're talking about, or is it in the end not that much money?
It really depends on whatever their licensing agreement arrangement is with venues, but they can take that money and do what you bring up a good point. They are going to be profiting. It's a licensing agreement. They're going to get paid, but to them, the value of getting paid is less than being associated with a campaign that they don't agree with. But this is a really fascinating area of the law because it intersects so many different contractual, constitutional, constitutional issues, and it hasn't really been fleshed out yet in the courts. So this is an emerging area of law. Really interested to see where this goes.
We think of big headlines in this space, like Taylor Swift, of course, when she fought. What else is new? But really, I think even if you're not me, you think of that when she fought to own her music, and you kind of think, doesn't an artist, like, they wrote it, they came up with it, but there's all this going on behind the scenes. Do you think that at that intersection with politics, we could see more cases in this regard that kind of give us more framework for how this might be handled in the future?
Yes, and you're right. People are often surprised to find that an artist may end up alienating or no longer owning rights to their own music. The Taylor debacle, which we could do hours on, where she re-recorded all her her old songs and did Taylor's version. Yes, exactly right. Some artists lose the rights to their music, and they may not own it anymore. And then that creates an even thornier issue. If you've already given these companies the power to license your songs, do you really have the ability to come in later and say, yeah, but I don't like this political campaign?
Right.
It's different than your music being played at a chain restaurant. This is a kind of political speech, and you might have a valid concern, number one, about your brand, and number two, that you're being essentially compelled to endorse someone that you're not endorsing. A lot of really tricky issues here.
Yeah, super interesting. Danny, thank you so much. That was a fun one.
Time now for
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.